through the dark side of the morning.
Yo, what is going on, YouTube? I'm bringing you guys a brand new video. It's going to be my Call of Duty Esports Pick'em Challenge. Stealing it from Counter-Strike, kind of. For CWL Fort Worth, the pools, basically pool A, B, C, and D. I'm going to be giving my opinions and my predictions for who will be the top two and who will be the bottom two in each pool. And they are just my opinions, just to I guess, to get out in front of it. So if you're upset about it or you don't think it, just put your your reasons why you think this person is better, like this team will beat this team, or this person or this team needs to go here or there. Don't get all upset, because it's just my opinions. So just want to put that out there first. But I know it's a little different, but I enjoy esports and Call of Duty esports, so I want to kind of start doing this kind of stuff for different games too, like Counter-Strike and Rainbow Six and different esports like that, and make my channel a little bit more around esports because that's what I'm passionate about. So we're gonna go ahead and get this started right now. We'll pull up the graphic here. I don't have a fancy way to do this yet, so we're just gonna be kind of circling and moving stuff around. At the end, I'll probably put like the 1, 2, 3, 4 next to like the teams over here. But I have to post it at that, so that'll be at the end. Now we'll start with Pool A. For Pool A, you have GenG, Heretics, UIU, and Denial. I think this pool is pretty self-explanatory in some aspects of it. With GenG and Heretics being the first and second team, I think they're by far the best two teams in this pool. They showed that through their Division A and Division B games. The only thing I think is Denial is a underdog. They are a force that we haven't seen their full potential yet. You started seeing some of it at the end of Division B. Obviously, they beat Splyce, and then it's kind of hard to tell with these guys because they didn't get that much practice. They were developing and practicing throughout Division B, and at the end of it, you could definitely see some major improvements in their game. So I think they're a dark horse team in this. Do I think they get to number 1 in the pool? Probably not. I think GenG has that locked in as long as GenG comes out and fires on all cylinders like they have been. Do I think they maybe could go number 2? Definitely. I think they could take Heretics, and I think they could take UIU for sure. As far as UIU goes, it's kind of hard for me to tell. They didn't play bad in Division A, but they also didn't play stellar. So I think they could stay around sitting at the 3 and beat Denial. But other than that, as you guys heard my Discord notification pop because people are in Discord. Sorry about that. But I think they can beat Denial if they're on their A game and Denial's not on their A game. I think that's going to be hard because, like I said, Denial was firing on all cylinders at the end of Division B. But I think my final prediction for this is GenG stays on top. Heretics stays at number 2 as long as they play like they did the first week of Division B and not the last week of Division B, or else I think Denial can sneak their way up to Division 2. But for the sake of the video and having a solidified pool, I think it's going to be GenG, Heretics, Denial, and unfortunately UIU I think is going to be the number 4 team in the pool. So that's Pool A. As far as the Pool B goes, I think 100 Thieves stays number 1. I think the addition of Priesta and the roster move, and then the additional practice that they got, I think was awesome for them. They played lights out towards the end of Division B, and they fried, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell them. It's not even because I'm wearing a 100 Thieves shirt right now. I'm a fan. I'm an OpTic fan. I'm true at heart. I'm an OpTic fan. But I'm a fan of 100 Thieves, an organization. I follow Nadeshot since he was on OpTic, all that kind of stuff. So I'll go into history of all that in another video. But I think 100 Thieves stays at the top. They've shown that they deserve to be there and that they will stay there. The rest of Pool B, that's where it kind of gets dicey. E6, I personally think E6 had a great showing in Division B, even though they didn't play, or they didn't, I guess their record didn't show like a fantastic Division B. I think they played solid, played with some heart. Red Reserve definitely had a lackluster Division A in 2 weeks. So I think E6 takes over Red Reserve and takes the number 2 spot. EG, I don't know what to say about EG. I think they're another dark horse team similar to Denial, but I haven't heard anything about them or seen anything them like going crazy. But I'm assuming they put their head to the grindstone, so I think they can surprise you and maybe take a number 3 spot. But I still think Red Reserve is at least consistent enough to stay above EG. So I think it's going to be 100 Thieves, E6, Red Reserve, Evil Geniuses. Pool C, it gets a little bit more interesting with Pool C, just because Midnight, no one really expected them to come out and firing all cylinders, geez, English, like they did when they first started Division A, but when they finished Division A, they weren't playing as great. They did drop a couple series. I think Splyce is going to be pretty hungry after they had a bad or a rough Division B week 2. So I think Splyce ends up taking the number 1 spot in this division still. As far as the number 2 spot, it's a toss-up for me between Midnight and Luminosity. I think Luminosity was catching form towards the end, and this man Gunless was literally grinding his buns off, dude. Literally grinding so hard. I don't think he wants to lose. So obviously no one wants to lose, but I think he's going to make sure his team doesn't lose. So I think Luminosity takes number 2 spot, and then Midnight will sit in number 3. Excelerate, they made a team change. I don't know if it was the best thing for them. They obviously took a series off of Envy. They took EUnited last map. It's kind of hard for me to say. I don't think they beat any of these teams in this pool. I just don't. I don't think they do. I think the only team they have a chance of sneaking a game off of is Luminosity if they don't come out firing on all cylinders. I think they sneak the Luminosity game, but that's it. But for this final prediction, Splyce, Luminosity, Midnight, Excelerate. And now Midnight and Luminosity can be flipped. They definitely 100% can be flipped. That's just kind of how it's going to be. But I still think Luminosity will be number 2. Pool D. This is the interesting pool for me. Like I said, I'm a diehard OpTic Gaming fan. These are my boys. They've been my boys forever since like MW3. So I can't put them anything lower than 1 because they're my team. But do they have the opportunity to? Who knows? We didn't get to really see their full potential in Division A, just for the fact being they had to play with the sub. Zuma, the Stallion, was good. He was great. I appreciate him filling in, and it was awesome to see him play. Because obviously FaZe didn't qualify. But I think OpTic's another beast with Dashy. So I still put OpTic number 1. Sorry, this is just how it's gonna be. I know if this video catches any kind of publicity, I'm gonna get flamed for that. But you know what? Whatever. I'm an OpTic fan and I'm proud. Leave me alone. So I think OpTic's number 1. The number 2 and 3 spot. It's hard, man. I think it's clear that EUnited should be number 2. But they did drop the series to Envy, and Envy is catching fire. I think EUnited will stay 2 in the division. I think Envy has a strong opportunity to be 2 or even 1. Because they could beat both OpTic and EUnited. It's Envy, man. It's Hook the Nuke. Like, I mean, as much as Aches makes me hurt and my brain hurt because of how much he is, and he's beaten OpTic in the past, and it sucks. But he's known as the OpTic killer, man, and as much as it hurts me to say that, like, it's true. Like, I can't argue facts. So Aches has an opportunity to beat him, man. Like, it's so hard. Like, these 3 teams, they're like, they all like. Envy hasn't played that great, but they're a top 3 team if they want to be. When they want to be, they could be a top 3 team, 100%. But I still think, and then Reciprocity. I have no idea what to say about Reciprocity, dude. Like, they have such good talent on that team, and it's just it wasn't clicking. And you saw some like highlights towards the end of Division A, but it wasn't all there. Maybe with the Dylan over Dens, maybe you see some kind of change. I don't know. That'll only time will tell. Like, Dylan's good. But I don't know if they go anywhere higher than 4. I think they can maybe, if Envy doesn't come out and play like the Envy that they can, I think they could sneak something off of Envy and maybe potentially go 3. I don't think they go any higher. But my Pool D prediction would be OpTic 1, EUnited 2, Envy 3, Reciprocity 4. But Envy could have a possibility of going in either of these 2 spots, unfortunately. But I want OpTic 1. That's what I want, man. Like, they need to stay number 1. So, yeah, so those are my predictions for CWL Fort Worth. If you guys have different, predictions, obviously drop them down in the comments. Like the video if you liked it. I don't know if you don't dislike it. I don't know what to tell you there. They're just my opinions. So also let me know if you like this kind of video, because I'll probably do more of them regardless. But I just wanted to kind of give my opinions on this because I don't really see too many people doing this kind of thing, and then I'll improve the way this is done throughout the time of me doing it, because I just kind of thought about this and wanted to do it like ASAP. So like the video if you liked it, comment if you have some different opinions, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. As always, guys, this is your boy Ghost, and I'm out. Deuces.